Good morning, Julia. Great news. We've had a fabulous day yesterday and I've got quite a bit done. A bit tired for all the hard work, but that's alright. It's all worth it in the end. And today I'm going to I'll show you where I've got to, and you'll see the development of the lining. Well, here we have the back and side back, and we'll just commence with little back stitch. Today we're working on the Singer Featherweight, which is my quiet little machine, as you witnessed it in action when you were here. We will probably be working on a few other ones during the course of this event, just to make sure that when we get to the really fine fabrics, I'll do tests on this machine and see whether it sews the organza the best, or perhaps one of the bigger machines does. It just depends. So I have to do lots of different stitching and things with it. So we just sew away. Doesn't take too long to do this, as long as the pins don't twist. So some of them I pull out. We get to a little curve. And then what we'll do is we will repeat this for the other side. Making sure we keep it flat so it doesn't bunch up underneath. And you can see I'm using my little magnetic seam guide there. So what I do is I place it at the 5/8 seam allowance, and it keeps the fabric flush against it, so that you're always sewing a perfect seam allowance. Now the Singers all come with a screw-on one, but because I'm quite often changing on and off and doing a lot of darts and things, I find this is a little easier than having to unscrew and screw the thing every time. There we are at the bottom. I don't need to back stitch because that's going to be hemmed in anyway when we come. Marvellous. All done. Now I'll just pull out the bins. Howdy doody. I have now completed the lining, and I've started working on the potential bolero jacket. I've cut it out now, and I'm going to do some tests with the machine to see how it copes with the very light fabric. So some adjustments to be made, and you'll get to witness some of these in a moment. Right, so I've got some scraps of the fabric here, which is the organza, and what we're going to do is take a look and see how this works and see what the quality of the stitches is like, to just check the tension. That looks pretty good actually, surprisingly. You might need to reduce the stitch length a bit, maybe to 10. See how that looks. Yes, I'm fairly happy with that, I think. Okay. Now the next test will be, so you can see the stitching there is quite reasonable. So the next test will be to see what happens when I try it on a zigzag. So I'm going to put the attachment on and give the zigzag a go. Okay, so I've attached the zigzagger to it, and I'm just going to run a test on fabric where it's nice and easy to see to do an inspection on how wide the stitch, the zigzag is, and how it's feeding. Okay, so I want to increase the length of the stitch, which you do there, and I want to decrease the zigzag. Let's see how this looks. I might increase it just a tidgy bit. See how this looks. Try just a little bit more. Oops.
Qu'est-ce que tu viens de dire?
I think a little slightly shorter stitch length would be good, because obviously what we have to do in the end here is make sure this is it's too short. We want an invisible, largely visible seam, so we don't want really big little micro seam. Yes, I'm quite happy with that now, so let's show you how that looks. So there's how the seam is stitching there, which is pretty good quality, even on the front and the back. Okay, but what I don't know is how well it's going to stitch with this contraption on this very fine fabric. This is the test now, whether or not it will cause everything to go madly wonky. So let's take a look. I may need to change the needle for this. It seems to be working relatively well. Actually, it's done a very, very nice job. I might loosen the stitch, the tension a bit on the upper. Keep going, see what happens. Very nice. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So the settings are all perfect. So what I can do now is pin the sides and back and everything together and then start sewing. Next test I want to run is to see if I can get a rolled hem to go successfully on the end, because it's going to determine whether I use a rolled hem or bias binding to finish the edges. So we'll start and see how we get on. Oops, better put the feed on. Increase that to 10 a bit, yeah. Obviously, rolled hems are a bit fun. So I've put the rolled hem foot on. Let's see what how precisely this works. Actually, that looks really good.
Scène de ménage sur 6 Play, le site et l'application de chaîne
Okay, take a bit of practice to get it perfect, but we're getting there. So I'm fairly happy with that. I have to watch that some of it didn't slip out, but it looks like it's right.
Huile précieuse. Et sa symphonie d'huile légère. Nourrez vos cheveux en profondeur sans les alourdir. La douceur est une force.
So there we have
Timothée, huile précieuse.
the edge. As long as I put it underneath, it will be perfect. It just needs pressing. I'm fairly happy with that. Very good. Next test to see is if I ruffle this by hand or if I use the ruffling foot. But I'm not sure if the ruffling foot's going to work. It seems to be working thus far, so I'm just running a test to see what happens if it catches or if it actually works quite well. So there's quite a loose ruffle. I think that's quite attractive. I might ruffle it more now and see what happens. So that's probably a bit too much. Yes, I think that's a little overkill, so we'll go back to the other one. I think that's quite a nice ruffle every 6 stitches. So I think that's rather nice. So let's take a look and see how that looks. Oops, the needle just fell out. It's not very good, is it? Now I'm going to begin the large ruffle for the collar. It looks much the same from I'm sure what you're seeing. It's just a lot bigger. Set the stitch length to about 15 so that every 6 stitches it does a ruffle. So because it's not doing 15 stitches to the inch, that means every 3 times an inch you get a ruffle about there. Oh, we've got both the daisies squeaking now. Now I'm attaching the ruffle to the cuff. I need to lengthen the stitches rather more. 8 is good. Okay. And then make sure it's perfectly centered.
Ils ont refusé de me passer une voiture. Et je suis allé en bras. Depuis que je suis ici, j'ai tout fait.
I have to admit, sewing this fine fabric is a learning curve for me. Very fiddly. But good practice. And I get to use a ruffling attachment, which I have and got with my machines, but never thought I'd have any cause to use, but now I do, and it's great. And it gives a lovely result, actually. I hope you'll be pleased with the result. And you can see I'm using the free arm of my Featherweight to do this. So that's the little bit here that you can sit the sleeve over to make it easier to do this stuff. long ruffled sleeve.
Je suis sûre de trouver d'autres papiers concernant Madame